All right, Shalom. This is the brother Nahalia from the GMS Orlando camp. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yashar Allah, and a sincere salutation to all Yuakim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwat who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Yahweh is the name of the one they ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is the name of the one they ignorantly call Jesus. Bahashem is in the name. Rakah is spirit. Kodash is holy. Akyam is brothers. Akwat is sisters. Shalom means peace. And Yashar Allah is Israel in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And I want to go into a lesson on the greatest family on the earth, which is the Israelites. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and their descendants that are scattered amongst all nations, but descend on the father's side to Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, as they're called today. This is the greatest family on the earth. And though we are being nourished with discipline, it doesn't take from the fact that we are the greatest family on the planet Earth. When you look at the condition of the world, it is all dictated by the relationship that the Lord, the one they ignorantly call God, has with his people. The whole world, the condition of the world, is all a byproduct of the punishment that the Lord placed upon his people. There's Ecclesiasticus chapter 17 and verse 17. And it reads, from the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion. We are a special people above all nations. And we get on 2/3, but even 2/3 in the kingdom are going to be in their fullness. Right now, we are a work in progress as a nation of people because it's going to start with the elect. But we are the greatest family on the planet Earth, bar none. No one can even get close. When you think about Psalms 83, they had to have a confederacy against us because that's the only way they could hope to contain us. And the only reason they were allowed to touch us is because we went off. This is Judith chapter 5 and verse 17. And whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them. We are the only family that have that bragging rights, if you want to call it that. When the world hears about miracles and great things that can't be explained, they really hear it through our records. This is why the Bible is still the number one book on the planet. That is our legacy. That's our heritage. That has now become mainstream. Christians are just playing cosplay. Amalek is playing cosplay. They're pretending to be a people that they're not. And the whole world, whether they are willing to admit it or not, acknowledge us as the sons of God. And what I mean by that is of people that are so destroyed on paper. Why is the world so threatened? Why are we still the butt of every joke? Why does Esau still invest so much in our ignorance if we're a weak people. This is Exodus chapter 19 and verse 5. Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. No one else. See, the world thinks that we are only great at these avenues that they've given our people, like entertainment, athleticism. And it shows you how great our people are, that they, even in those things, they excel. But that's not our purpose as a nation of people. We are a nation that is set up to be the princes of the earth, to rule in righteousness under the one they ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahweh Shai. And the world gets to see a glimpse of our greatness when they look at a Michael Jordan or LeBron James or whatever. They get a glimpse, because that's the tip of the iceberg. That's not even us in our full potential. We are the greatest people on the planet, and the world know that, whether they're willing to admit it or not. That's why they're so threatened by Jake. Here we are as a nation of people, no military. We got to go to all of our enemies for the one of all things. And yet there's a thing that we have that the world can't touch. It's untangible. It's the spirit. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And that's deeper than possessions. Think about that. Jake with $20,000 or $30,000 job could make it look like $1 million or $1 billion just in their spirit and their swag alone. Whereas you got Edomites who are worth billions or trillions of dollars with no flavor. None. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 30. The poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. Esau is just a rich man. He's not a prince. We are a nation of kings and priests. A nation of kings. That's who we are as a people. No other nation on the earth can fuck with us. Excuse my French. Even in this low estate. That's why it took the Lord to bring these nations against us. And if the Lord didn't take his hedge from away from us, if the Lord didn't take that hedge off us, if we were obedient to the Lord, these nations wouldn't even be able to hold a candle to us. They can't do it now. And the only reason that they're doing it is because the Lord did this. The world is going to know that. They're going to know that we didn't find ourselves in this position by accident. Real quick, it's Ezekiel 39 and verse 23. You know what? Let's start at 21. And I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed, and my hand that I have laid upon them. So the house of Israel shall know that I am the Lord their God from that day and forward. We are a nation, a house, a family. And that's why brothers gravitate to anime like Dragon Ball Z, because in the spirit, it reflects us as a nation of people. We are a We are the greatest family on the earth, man. Even in our lowest state, we are the greatest family on the earth, thus saith the Lord. And where we are right now is a pit stop. This is not our final destination. The world is going to witness us in our final form. This is verse 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. So the only reason we find ourselves in this condition is because the Lord gave us over to it. When you look at it, it's a perfect punishment for royalty. The best punishment for rulers, for kings, for princes, is to make them servants unto their own servants. This is Lamentations chapter 5 and verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hand. And it shows you, even in the discipline, that we're the greatest people on the face of the earth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Esau will try to shame us to make us not stand in our confidence through the spirit of the Lord. But these are the words of the Lord above all nations. And now we're beginning to stand on our feet, an exceeding great army. And Esau is threatened by that. And what you find, right, is that it was never about the money. When Esau hated Jacob, it wasn't about money. It's because he knew Jacob was blessed at that point. Even before they were born, it was already written. And the whole world is fighting against us returning to our proper place in the earth, which is on top. Even 2/3 of our people are fighting their own greatness. But it's the will of the Lord that we become what he always intended us to be. This is Revelation chapter 5 and verse 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yahweh Shema Shai by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. Key word, out of. Doesn't mean there's other nations of people. We were scattered. So the Lord is gathering us out of these different kindreds and tongues and peoples and nations. That is the elect being gathered. Verse 10, here's the point. And has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. See, the world just wants us to be great at basketball or football or entertainment. They just want us to be great in those areas. That's the tip of the iceberg. King David got a lot of psalms, but he's not known for psalms. We could talk about it. Yahweh Shai is really the tip of the ice. He's the spearhead. Matter of fact, real quick, this is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 5. And from Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who is the faithful witness and the first begotten of the dead and the prince of the kings of the earth. That's our beloved King. And he's the King of kings. Because we're a company of nations and we're a nation of kings. Apostle Gabar goes into this often. A kingdom is a domicile of kings. And the problem with Jake is that they just want to be a king by themselves. when we're a nation of kings and priests. This is who we are as a people, and we can't be numbered. And our final form is immortality. The world think we just built to jump high and make slick jokes and cook good food. That's not even the tip of the iceberg. It's not even our half of our potential. But the world is going to see it. They're going to witness us as a nation of people into our final form. We are the sons of God, and right now it's being proclaimed, but it is going to physically manifest. This is Numbers chapter 23. You know what? Let's go here first. This is Numbers chapter 24, and then I'll jump back. Numbers chapter 24 and verse 17. And it reads, I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Because again, Yahushua is the spearhead. It's his inheritance, and we're joint heirs under our big brother, our Lord, our King. But we're truly a family that can't be contained by these people. And the Lord cast us down as proud princes because we were proud. And it took these nations being a confederate against us to just hopefully contain us. They couldn't stop us. Because here we are now, Lord willing, we're a part of that number with our heritage back against all odds. Against all odds. Standing in great boldness, beginning with our apostles on down. And this is only the beginning. This is Numbers 23. You know what? Let me get this first. There's Numbers 23 and 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath Yahweh Bashim Yahushua wrought? Because when they see us in our final form as a nation of people, when they see us in the kingdom, as the scripture said, they're going to say the Lord have done great things for them. Because even now, they admire us as a people. This is why these billionaires pay for floor side seats to watch a Jake like LeBron do things that they can't physically do in this earth. And this is just us in our lower state, which is a testament to what's going to happen when the Lord actually opens us up and turns our dial all the way up. This is Numbers 23 and 23 in the NLT. No curse can touch Jacob. No magic has any power against Israel. For now it will be said of Jacob, what wonders Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has done for Israel. Because there's going to come a time where we're going to be able to tap into our potential as a nation of people. And that's going to be in the kingdom. And even in this lower state, the world can't do nothing with Jake. Everything Jake get into and they pay attention to, they excel at. You could take any Jake as a child and just train them up in one skill and they're going to become great at it. Because that's just a natural spiritual ability that come with us as a nation of people. That's why the Lord had to do this to us. That's why the world is going to find out the only reason we in this condition is because the Lord did it to us. But this was always meant to be a pit stop. We're marching towards immortality. That's something that's going to completely separate us from the other nations. Let's go here. You think about all the great inventors, all the great musicians. You can't count on one hand. And these are just the avenues that our people pay attention to. We're really great in anything we touch through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And we're just in the lowest state according to the chastisement of the Heavenly Father. But we don't belong here. That's a reality. And these nations, they see it. They may not understand that that's what they're witnessing, but there's a jealousy that comes with us being who we are through the spirit. Because they understand that's something that they can't buy. Money can't buy flavor and soul and spirit. Money can't buy that. That's why with all the money these Edomites got, they can't buy that style. They can't buy that soul. They can hire a Jake to put it on them, but it ain't in them. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 31. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? Because right now, Esau is the guy pretending to be a prince. And we're the actual princes sitting in a low estate. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Are we rich according to fiat currency? No. We're rich in something you can't buy. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And these other nations see it and they hate it, whether they know it or not. Verse 7, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. But that's not our final destination. This was a punishment. As a nation of people, we are royalty. And the elect don't give a damn what any other nation think about those statements. We don't need their validation. We never did. And that is going to be seen on the elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 8. For he saith, are not my princes altogether kings? The greatest nation on the earth, the greatest family on the earth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And everything that's happening on the planet is for the sake of us as a people, beginning with the elect. Whether the world acknowledges that or not. The world is going to find out that everything in humanity really boils down to the relationship the Lord has with us as a people. Whenever we went into captivity, one of these nations had an opportunity to be in the history books. That shows you, that's a key example that we're the greatest nation on the earth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, not of ourselves, but according to the election and the mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is Psalms chapter 81 and verse 13. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. The only reason these nations, you think about the Babylonians and the Assyrians they had these empires because we went off. It was all according to the will of the Lord and all according to prophecy. But that shows you everything that's been going on in the earth has been a reflection of the relationship the Lord has with his people, his beloved. But Jacob said, wherein hast thou loved us? That's beautiful, man. When you look at our records from Genesis to Revelation, it's a love story. The Lord's love for his people, us, being nourished with discipline, being chastened, being put into captivity, but eventually being delivered. And the world witnessing us go from rags to riches. So Lord willing, this was edifying with that. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rokakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yashar Allah. And a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.